You know it, I know it, Minnesotans know it. We love our comfort food. It's no shock. And you know what, though? I think it's time we shake things up a bit. Our next recipe may look complicated, but it's actually pretty easy to create and delicious, I might add. Just what you need after a long winter of meatloaf and mashed potatoes.
Yeah, Matt Quist from the Alaska Eatery and Glacier Bar in St. Louis Park joins us here on Twin Cities Live to create some pan-seared mussels. We welcome you back to the show.
Thanks for having me.
I mean, I was telling him before the show, he was here just a couple of weeks ago, and we made a seafood chowder.
We did.
And it absolutely was one of the best things we've ever had on here, so we're glad to have you back. And this smells just as good.
Thank you very much. And this is a lot easier to prepare. It's a lot less ingredients. It's super simple. This reminds me of sitting on the deck with a glass of Chardonnay and having my wife mow the grass. I mean, really. Okay?
You're going to have to pay for that when you go home.
All right, so we're going to start with grapeseed oil.
Okay.
Matt,
He's a brave
you
guy.
can cook, but you're not that smart, are you?
So grapeseed oil has a higher smoke point or flash point than olive oil. That's why I like it.
Is it everywhere? Can you find that?
You really can.
Okay.
So we got our pan hot. I got my oils hot. Then we're going to add our mussels.
Got it.
And these are Prince Edward Island mussels. So they're from British Columbia. And these are really some of the best mussels that you can buy.
What else do you need for the recipe here?
I got shallots, garlic, butter, fresh thyme, red pepper flakes, salt and pepper, white wine.
Nothing
That's
that
it.
crazy then.
Super
That's
simple.
it? Okay.
Super simple.
This might be the most guests we've had on the show, though, at one time, because these mussels are alive.
They are alive and well. And
I don't like hearing that. I love eating them.
alive and
Don't
well.
like hearing that.
Show me your trick.
Yeah, and we were talking earlier, you know, if it's just barely open like this, when you see it in the display case,
Yeah.
you can kind of tap it and push it shut gently,
Yeah.
and it should stay closed, okay?
Because that means they're alive.
They're just getting air right now. That's why
And that's a good thing in terms of when you're buying it.
It's really, really good. If they're open any more than that, don't buy it, okay?
Oh, okay.
If they're open any more than that, don't buy it. It's dead and you don't want to eat it because it could be dangerous, you know?
Okay.
That's when the danger comes in. You want them fresh as can be.
Exactly.
Okay.
They should be closed and clean and dry looking like that.
Got
and
it.
the other thing is you can always ask your fish guy for the fish tag when the mussels came in. There's a tag on every single piece of shellfish.
Yep.
And you can ask him for that tag.
When do you want them? Within a couple days?
Yeah, it's within 3 days.
3 days. Got it.
Exactly. Yep.
Okay.
So I'm going to add these. We might want to stand
Sorry,
back a little
guys.
bit.
Oh, am I going to hear anything?
It's all part of the show, okay?
So you're just putting those inside or on the grapeseed
In the hot
oil.
saute
That's it.
pan, exactly.
That's.
And we're going to have
Don't you
you.
feel bad,
I
Rebecca?
do kind of feel
You're going to do a little
bad.
slicing and dicing here for us.
Okay.
This is a shallot. We're going to slice it thin to win, just like this. And this is the garlic. When you do the garlic, make sure you cut off this little nub. That's bitter. That's not very good.
So you want that out of
Cut
there.
that off. Yep. And then just slice it real thin.
Cut
Okay.
off the nub.
Exactly.
Cut off the nub. And then how long would you saute these for? Oh, they're opening up.
Yeah, about 30 seconds. Oh man, it just smells
It
wonderful
smells so
already.
good.
Really,
so we
really
can
good.
expect them to open up like that.
Exactly.
Got
And
it.
once they're fully open, that means they're fully cooked.
Oh, got it.
Once they're fully, I mean, this is really, really simple. And like I said, I would recommend, and just like you said earlier, it doesn't, you're not going to get it probably perfect in the first time, but I would do it the first time for your family, and then after 2 or 3 times doing it, then you invite the neighbors and whatever, and you know,
It smells so good.
it really is.
And we're talking about the fact that a lot of times, I mean, you don't typically think of mussels as something you're going to cook at home.
Yep.
And one of those reasons is because you think of fancy restaurants and expense when you think of those things. How much do the mussels cost?
They cost about $4 a pound, and what I had here is about a pound. So I mean, really,
Oh, that's not that
$4, and you have a great appetizer, or you can have this for dinner as
How
well.
many mussels do you think per person? Is there
I would
really a
say
way to
8.
do it? 8 mussels
Yep.
per person. Okay.
Yep, 7 to 8 is a good number. I mean,
this
this
would
is
feed
like, this is
2.
13, and this is the appetizer at the restaurant. So this would feed 2 perfectly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Got it.
Okay.
So you got
Actually
the
eaten
shallot?
You've eaten these raw?
I have.
You're a
yeah,
risky
in
man.
Italy, we have eaten raw oysters and mussels and clams and all that. So you see everything's getting kind of caramelized
Yep.
and sweating now? It's working. You know, you don't want to, you want to let the garlic work and the shallots work. Otherwise, it's going to be raw and just nasty.
It's amazing
tasting.
how they just open up.
Exactly. So
like that.
now we're going to add our tomatoes. And these are smoked tomatoes in the restaurant that we make in-house.
And they smell so great.
Absolutely.
How would
Thank
you do it at home?
At home, what I would do, and I brought this for a little demo. This is like tomato concasse, we call this. So it's a peeled and seeded tomato.
So you blanch it first?
You blanch it for 60 seconds, put it in an ice bath, and then you'll be able to peel the skin right off after 60 seconds.
Okay.
And then you just put this, cut it in half, put this in a little bit of water, and just take your finger, and you'll get all the seeds out.
And
Got it.
And the scent in here right now is an amazing
Isn't it?
combination of the seafood, but then it also smells like you're cooking on the grill because of that smoky scent.
really is.
It smells so good.
So at home, you can do the same tomato concasse, and I would add 1 or 2 drops of liquid smoke.
That's it. I
That's
use
it.
that stuff at
That
home
stuff
too, and it's
is so strong.
And
okay?
it will ruin a meal really quickly.
It really
if you
will.
use it. Yeah.
1 or 2 drops. You know, we always say you can always add more, but you can't take it out.
Yes.
You know?
Okay.
So now we're adding fresh thyme, a little salt and pepper, and remember we talked about this before, kosher salt, right? Kosher salt is our friend.
Yes.
Okay.
Do not be afraid of kosher salt.
And now I'm deglazing with a little bit of white wine.
At the very end, you just put it in there?
Exactly. And the other thing I want to talk about too is,
I was gonna say, is that any kind of white wine, Matt, or is that
yeah, you know,
special kind of white
you don't
wine?
want to use white wine from the grocery store. I mean, chances are I have, you know, a wine fridge at home and I got bottles I don't want to use. I had a bottle that was bad the other day, and I just, if it's already turned to vinegar, I can keep that in the fridge and I can use that to cook with.
Oh, okay.
That's all I'm using it for.
But you said if you're not going to drink it, you don't want to cook with
That's
it.
exactly right.
Okay.
Yep.
I can smell that too.
The
And
box
it's-
of
Isn't
Riesling?
that nice? The box works well. Red pepper flakes, it's not going to make it spicy, but it's just going to give it a little bit more flavor.
Yeah, you didn't use very many of them.
Not at all, okay? And I just like the sound of the shells bouncing off the pan.
I can't do that though. Can you just use something to turn them around? Because I can't. I
can't.
tried it on the show
I
the
can't.
other day.
And then a lot of it is the lip in the pan. You see it kind of curves right there.
Yeah?
So see when I flip like that, I'm getting all my ingredients down here on the edge, and then I'm tossing it. Wow, see that?
Lost one.
Exactly.
Okay.
But that's
He's
kind
not
of
like
the way it
half
works.
alive
No, he's
now
not
down
worried.
here, is he?
Exactly. So now our white wine reduced, and now what we're doing is incorporating our butter. And
Oh.
So, exactly. So we're making a white wine butter sauce, really, is what we're doing.
I wish you guys could smell this. It just is delicious.
Yeah, it's wonderful. And I'm going to show you guys how to eat them, too.
You okay? 'Cause
Oh, there's a style, huh?
There really is. Because
Kinda messy,
at the
isn't it?
restaurant, we give this little fork, and
Yeah.
they can pull the meat out of the shell with that.
Got it.
But like in Europe, they eat it with the shell. They use the shell as a spoon. And that's what we're
They
going to do
break one
today.
apart and then, oh, okay.
That's exactly right.
Got it. And how long would you cook it for then here?
Well, it's cooked. Once they're fully open
open.
and happy and ready to eat.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Let's try it.
Gosh,
I've
that
been
is
waiting
so
for this all day.
fast.
Isn't it? Like I said, it takes 3-4 minutes. Okay, and we're going to plate them up. And I always serve it with some crusty bread. And bread is important for this just because you're going to soak up all those juices.
Would you be able to serve this with like linguine if you just have some linguine in there too?
You sure can.
Ooh,
Very, very easy.
I think that
Like
the
you say, serve it up with some wine.
sauce
Perfect.
smells so good.
Or bass ale sitting on the deck. Right?
Say, oh.
While your wife is mowing the lawn.
One of my
You're the man.
favorites. So grilled ciabatta. Everybody loves ciabatta bread. This is fresh tarragon, fresh parsley, fresh thyme. I'm going to use a little bit of this for garnish.
All right. Can I just
Just like that.
take one here?
You sure
Do you
may.
mind, John, if I
Please
just-
do.
What's the trick?
And then I'll show you the
There's-
trick
I
too.
wanna know the
okay?
trick.
I'll show you the trick. Like go like this, and then take your other shell, and that's your
Just
spoon.
scoop it.
Look at that.
Outstanding. You know what I like most about it?
Wow.
There's a flavor, but it doesn't overtake the mussels. The mussels still taste and fresh and just delicious.
That is delicious.
That is good. I know.
That makes me happy,
If you do say
okay?
so yourself. No, that is awesome.
That is outstanding.
That makes me happy. Okay?
was so
Thanks for having me again.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it.
So great.
And tell your wife, you know, you're
Yeah,
just,
and the other thing is we're doing a big Easter brunch at the Last Eatery as well. So if you want to sign up for that, we're taking reservations. It's going to be
And
a huge deal. So
my
love
guess
to have
is
you.
make sure you do the reservations.
Make sure you do the
Busy.
reservations.
Okay.
You're
Absolutely.
2 for 2
Thank
on this
you.
show, buddy. You big hits.
Well, thanks for having me.
Wow.
Thank you. Well, do you think you have what it takes to create this mussel recipe in your own kitchen? We have the entire recipe on our website. Just head to ksp.com and click on Twin Cities Live. Are you done?
Wow.
You really like it.
Coming up later, do you need some shut-eye? Our pharmacist has the over-the-counter solutions to help you get your necessary sleep.
Yeah, but up next, she's going to